welcome back to my channel. This is Black Girl Bypass, and today we are going to be talking about recovery from RNY, gastric bypass surgery. So as you can see, I have on my t-shirt and my workout clothes. I was about to go do a little light exercise, but then I decided to sit down and record this video real quick. I don't plan on it being a super long video, but I've been gone for a while, and yeah, I just thought it was important to kind of document the recovery process, because a lot of videos that I watched made it seem like recovery was just like this smooth, no hassle, no pain process, and that was not the case for me at all. And so I figured I would record a little bit talking about what the recovery process has been like for Thursday, May the 12th, and I will be officially 14 days post-op. And so what that means, I know you're like, okay, 11, 14, whatever, but what that means for me is my diet will change a little bit, because up until now I have been on a full liquid diet, which hasn't been bad for me, because to be honest, well, okay, so let me start by saying this. My full liquid diet consisted of obviously broths and soups and anything that could be, so they allowed me to have eggs, also yogurt. Also, there was something else. Oh, refried beans, low-fat refried beans, and our cottage cheese. It has been all inclusive, so I can have the liquids as well as those few like very soft solids. What that meant for me though was I would wake up in the morning and I would have either yogurt, and the yogurt that I got was like in little 4-ounce containers. So I could have like, sometimes I could eat the whole yogurt and sometimes not so much. So I would either have yogurt or I would make an egg. I've learned to not even try to make 2 eggs because I'm not gonna eat all of it. And then as the day progressed, I also could have unsweetened applesauce because it was smooth. And so I would have the applesauce throughout the day or water, but I found myself not really being hungry throughout the day unless I was with someone who was eating, and then I definitely had some head hunger. And so, but for the most part, I could go the whole day and be good on some Gatorade, some water. I had been having a super craving for lemonade, and I got this 0 sugar lemonade. Who's the brand? I don't know, but it was disgusting and I was not here for it. So I didn't even drink that lemonade. The best way to kill that lemonade craving I found was those little sugar-free Crystal Light packets with lemonade. So I had pink lemonade, I had lemonade, yellow lemonade, had some different flavored lemonades from those, and that was pretty much the way I went for the whole time that I've been on my liquid diet when I came to craving lemonade. But as of Thursday, which will be tomorrow, I can start soft, moist, solid, low fiber foods. I know that's a lot, right? So the paper is what I'm looking at right now. Says start with just eating protein at each meal until you can eat 3 ounces of solid protein at each meal. Once you can eat 60 grams of protein a day, stop your daily protein shake and begin adding some soft cooked vegetables. Please refer to your bariatric surgeon binder nutrition section. You need to continue to stay hydrated by drinking at least 64 ounces of fluids a day. Start taking Journey. Journey is the brand that they sell, so I'm not taking Journey, but I'm going to take the calcium citrate post-op day 21. So I will only be 14 days post-op tomorrow, but starting day 21 is when I should start taking the calcium citrate. The whole surgery process went by so fast. It was like I was in the prep room. I remember going into the operating room. I don't remember anything past that. Like, I remember getting onto the operating table and then nothing. I don't remember anything. The next thing I remember was waking up in the recovery room, and they're like, okay, we're gonna be taking you to your room now. I'm like, okay. I was just like out of it, not feeling nothing. I was, it was cool. That night at the hospital was the worst. They had me on some pain medicine that they were giving me through the IV at first. Then once the night nurse got there, she's like, you don't really need the pain medicine through the IV. We can just give you the tablets. And I'm like, okay, I don't care how you give it to me. Just give it to me because I'm hurting. I was in a lot of pain. So then she started giving me the tablets. I don't know. I think she had a vendetta against me. She was out to get me. No, I'm kidding. So she started, I was in a lot of pain. Like, I felt like I was having contractions or like the worst cramps ever. And it wasn't like ongoing. It was just when the pain medicine wore off. Like, I could tell when the pain medicine wore off. So literally like every 4 hours, I was having to get pain medicine. So that night I barely slept. It was a long night. I had to sleep on my back, of course. I had these little things on my legs that like they pumped full of air to like tighten up on your legs, and then they let go. It was like a pump and release type thing to keep your blood flowing in your legs. Everybody, all the videos I watched, they talked about, oh, I walk. Okay. Yeah, girl. I couldn't walk. I got out of the bed to try to walk because I'm like, I'm about to be strong. Everybody else talked about all they did was walk. I could barely walk. I couldn't stand up. And maybe because all of the, most, not all, but most of the videos that I watched were people who had the VSG surgery, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And so maybe there's some difference in how you feel after that than how you feel after the gastric bypass. I don't know. What I do know is it was nearly impossible for me to just get up and walk like everybody said. I also had a catheter in, so someone had to keep coming in to empty the catheter, and then also I had a drain on my one of my larger incisions was because of the drain. So they had to keep emptying that. All gross. Once the new nurse came in, she started giving me the pain medication through the IV again. So I don't know what the difference was, but obviously there was some difference. And so the next day I had to see my surgeon, and I had to watch this video for this medication that I was gonna have to give to myself that was a blood thinner. And that medication you had to give in your stomach, and it was a shot. So you had to give it to yourself for 7 days. And so you had to watch this video to show you how to do it. And it was a requirement before they would allow you to leave the hospital. And then also seeing a surgeon. So my surgeon came in. He's a really nice man. We talked about, he's like, everything went great. Then they showed me the video, and I was literally ready to leave when I woke up that morning, but I think I ended up leaving like around noon, 1 o'clock. They offered me broth, Jello, or something else, and I was just like, no, I'll just take water. I was very dry, like my lips were very dry and peeling, and it was just so dry. It's like, I need some hydration. Hydration rules the nation. No. But yeah, I was very dry, but I was ready to go home. So I went home. Luckily, I had one of my little sisters came to help me so I wouldn't be home alone. So she was here for a few days. I lived with an ice pack. Ice pack was my best friend. Even till today, like some nights I'm like, I might just sleep with an ice pack because I was in some pain. Like, first couple of days were rough. I had a hard time drinking. I had a very hard time drinking protein shakes this whole time. I've tried so many different ones. I tried Fairlife. I've tried Premier Protein. I went to Smoothie King. I went to every place that I got this Ghost Whey protein that was like in the tub that's this big and cost $40. But I was just trying to get my protein in. I got Isopure that was flavorless and tried to put it in stuff, but you have to use like a whole, it's just gross. So protein shakes have been very hard for me, which is why I've been trying to at least do the egg or the cottage cheese or something so that I can get some protein in. That's why I'm super excited about being able to eat soft proteins coming up soon, so that I can be getting my protein in, because I'm not getting it in from the protein shake, just being honest. I'm barely eating. The last couple of days though, I've had more of an appetite, but I will be happy when I can start to eat. But recovery, I had one situation where I kind of was like dry heaving and it was hurting. I have like my incisions on my left are the larger ones, and I feel like there's just more stuff happening over there. So I was in pain, and so anytime I coughed or anything hurt like the dickens. And so me dry heaving was like the worst. It was worse than throwing up. It was the worst. But I haven't actually thrown up. I haven't had anything that was what would appear to me to be dumping, but I also haven't really had very much intake of liquid or fluids or food whatsoever. I just been chilling and I haven't really been hungry. So the true test will be when I start eating things and how my body responds to those things. I'm really scared about being sick. Like, that's my biggest thing, is like, I don't want to accidentally eat something that's gonna make me sick. And so I've been like very cautious. I got an Instant Pot so I can make my chicken in my Instant Pot quicker than in the crock pot. So I'll probably be having a lot of chicken. My boyfriend's obsessed with salmon, and so he loves to eat salmon, so I might, I'm not a fish person, but salmon might be one of my go-tos. And I do like tuna, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's like one of those things that we're gonna have to figure out on our way. I've also been having like a strong craving for this mango iced tea that you can get at Quick Trip. And I'm like, I really want some mango iced tea, but I always get it sweetened. I never get it unsweetened. And so I'm like, if I get it unsweetened, I probably won't want it. But I might get it unsweetened and then put my own sweetener in it, so it won't be real sugar, but like Splenda or some kind of, you know, artificial sweetener. But yeah, recovery was hard for me. That's why this is the first time I've been able to get in front of the camera, because it was difficult. I couldn't walk. I could barely sleep. I had to sleep on my back. I couldn't sleep on either one of my sides. I had an ice pack, so all my sheets were wet. I had a tough recovery. I didn't feel like, I'm just now starting to feel like myself. I can sleep on both of my sides or on my stomach now. My incisions are healing great. But the first few, like week or so, was tough. So do not be discouraged if when you're at the hospital you can't get up and walk, because some people say that and they make it seem like that's what you're supposed to do and like it's normal. And I can tell you that that was not the situation for me. I could not just get up and walk. I could barely walk. I could barely stand up. I could barely get out of the bed. Once I took the catheter out, I had to go to the bathroom once before they would release me from the hospital. I had to make myself get out of that bed. It was very hard. When I got home, walking was difficult. And yes, you do need to walk so that you get the gas out of your body. But do not be discouraged if you can't just get up and walk like everybody says, because that was not my recovery process. And I don't want anybody to think like, oh, I'm not normal because I haven't been able to do what all these people are saying that I should be able to do. And so that's why I'm making this video, because I want other people to know that your process is not necessarily other people's process. And your journey is not going to be exactly like anyone else's journey. So take it one day at a time and let your journey be your journey and others be theirs. So again, I would really like it if you interacted with me in the comments. My surgery day was April 28th, 2022. And I want to know, if you already have a date, when was your surgery date? Or if your date is coming up soon, drop your surgery dates down below in the comments. I want to know, when was your surgery date? All right, well, I'm about to go work out now, so leave your dates down in the comments. Any questions, comments, I would love to see them as well. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.